Hello everybody, today back in another video. Alright, my tennis fans are world, it is time to preview the second semi-final at Australian Open 2025. And it is between Jannik Sinner versus Ben Shelton. Jannik Sinner from Italy, the world number one from Italy, the defending champion here at Australian Open, against Ben Shelton from United States. Jannik Sinner is playing his fifth Grand Slam semi-final, and he's playing his second Australian Open semi-final, and he's playing his second Australian Open semi-final consecutive in a row. He played the Australian Open semi-final obviously last year because he won the Australian Open last year, and he's playing his second Australian Open semi-final in a row. And Ben Shelton, who is playing his second Grand Slam semi-final in his career, he played his first 2 years ago at the US Open 2023. Which he lost against the champion later on, Novak Djokovic. He lost against Novak Djokovic in that US Open semi-final 2023 in straight sets. And now he's playing his second Grand Slam semi-final in his career and his first Australian Open semi-final in his career. Ben Shelton, who has looked pretty solid in this tournament, he has taken advantage to a good draw, according to me. He has actually dropped sets in all of his matches besides the first one. The first one against Nakashima, which he won in straight sets. After that, he has dropped sets in all of his matches, but he has dropped only one set. He has never played in 5 sets here at Australian Open 2025. So he won the second round in 4 sets. He won the third round in 4 sets. And he won the 4th round. He never did in the 4th round against Monfils. He never needed to play them in 4 sets because Monfils pulled out after 3 sets. But he dropped 1 set against Monfils. That is my point. Jannik Sinner and the quarterfinal, he against Lorenzo Sonego, he won in 4 sets. Jannik Sinner, who has dropped only. So all in all, Ben Shelton has dropped 4 sets in the entire tournament. Jannik Sinner has dropped only 2 sets the entire tournament. In the 3rd round, he dropped 1 set, and in the 4th round against Holger Rune, he dropped 1 set. So he has not dropped more than 2 sets in his 5 matches, Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner, he is the man to beat, who is the player to beat, who is the defending champion here at Australian Open, and who is looking unbelievable solid, unbelievable consistent. Some of you guys has accused me for overhyping Alcaraz and Sinner, which I absolutely don't agree. I can't believe how you can say those kind of words. Those kind of words don't make sense at all. Alcaraz, already 21 years old, has won 4 majors, something that Federer never did at 21 years old, or Nadal at 21 years old. Nadal never won 4 majors as 21 years old. Neither Djokovic as well. Djokovic did not win 4 majors at 21 years old. So the Alcaraz is definitely not overhyped. Is definitely not overhyped. And Sinner as well is not overhyped. Sinner has 2 majors as 23 years old. When Djokovic was 23 years old, he also had 2 majors. He won Australian Open back in 2008, and he won also Australian Open back in 2011. So, because Djokovic was 23 years old back in 2011, at least when he won Australian Open. Then later on that year, he became 24 years old. So when Djokovic was 23 years old, he had 2 majors, exactly like Sinner. So, and Sinner has huge chances to win his 3rd major as 23 years old. So, am I overhyping Alcaraz and Sinner? Absolutely not. So, Sinner has looked super good, super consistent. According to me, Sinner's biggest test before the final was with Holger Rune, and I actually watched that match because I will be honest with you, I will come to that soon. I don't watch tennis matches that I absolutely don't give the opponent a chance. I absolutely don't give the opponent a chance. I don't watch that kind of tennis matches. So I watched Sinner's match only against Holger Rune. His first 3 matches, I have not watched him. Against Holger Rune, because I knew that Holger Rune has defeated Sinner 2 times before, and Sinner has had problems with him. Even those 2 matches that Sinner defeated Holger Rune prior to that match in the 4th round, he didn't defeat Holger Rune easily. So I watched that match against Holger Rune. The match against De Minaur, I didn't watch. I know that Sinner crushed De Minaur 6-3, 6-2, 6-1 and only lost 5 games, but I didn't watch it because I was 99% sure that Sinner will win the match. The only thing that I was not 100%, why I'm not saying 100%, is only because that a player can always get injured during the match. But if he would not get injured, I was 100% sure that Sinner would defeat De Minaur, and he will do that in straight set, and he crushed De Minaur 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. He won. He landed 64% first serve Sinner in that match against De Minaur. He won 84% when his first serve. 84% when his first serve. He won 81% when his second serve. He won almost as many points when his second serve as he won behind his first serve. He does only 19 unforced errors and 27 winners. He does 8 more winners than unforced errors. So he doesn't only play big. He doesn't only serve big. He also closest unforced error store, and he does winners. So he's kind of feels to me like Novak Djokovic 2.0. That what Sinner feels to me at the current moment. De Minaur, I said it in my preview, my quarterfinal preview, if some of you guys have seen it, because not many of you have seen it, but those who have seen it, I said that De Minaur, for him to have a chance, he needs to land much higher percentage of first serves in than he did in his 4th round match. In his 4th round match against Mikkelsen, De Minaur landed 53% first serves in. Against Sinner, he was even worse. He lands only 51% first serves in. You think he will have a chance with landing for 51% first serve in against Jannik Sinner? Absolutely not. And he won only 65% on his first serve, De Minaur, which of course will not do the job as Jannik Sinner. And he won only 39% of the point when he second serve, De Minaur, and he did only 10 winners and 26 unforced errors. So De Minaur does 16 more unforced errors than winners. De Minaur didn't stand a chance against Jannik Sinner, which we all knew before, because De Minaur has never defeated Jannik Sinner. He has not even taken set against Jannik Sinner in 5 years. Ben Shelton, how did he look against... But I didn't watch that match. Like I said, I didn't watch tennis matches that I don't give the opponent a chance. I'm not watching... I don't like to watch Hollywood movies. Hollywood movies, we all know how they end. Tennis for me is not a Hollywood movie. Tennis is a sport, and when I see sport, I don't want to know the outcome. And when I know the outcome, I don't watch those matches. Ben Shelton against Lorenzo Sonego, he looked good, Ben Shelton. And by the way, about Sinner is winning a lot of points when his first serve. He won 83% of the points, of his service points against Holger Rune. 83%. That is really, really high. And he won 59% of his second serve against Holger Rune. So Sinner is looking superior, to say the least. Ben Shelton against Lorenzo Sonego, a match that I thought that Ben Shelton would win in 4 sets, which he did. Ben Shelton, he did a good match against Lorenzo Sonego. He lands 71% first serve in. He won 75% behind his first serve, which is good. It is not like Sinner, but it is good still. He's not Sinner, so I cannot expect him to win points, first serve points won as much as Sinner. But 75 is not bad. And he won 59% of the points behind the second serve, which 59 is really good. To be close to 60% in winning points behind the second serve is exceptionally good. And he does 54 winners and 33 unforced errors. So he does 21 more winners than unforced errors, Ben Shelton against Lorenzo Sonego, which is not bad. Absolutely not. Lorenzo Sonego did not a bad match. He did not a bad match. He does 55 unforced errors and 63 winners. So he does 8 more winners than unforced errors, actually. So he did a pretty clean match, actually. But Ben Shelton, he was better. He was the better server, he was the better returner, and he just had more juice behind his serve. And match was when I did my preview, that was a big key why I thought that Ben Shelton will win the match, because I thought that Ben Shelton has a much better serve than Lorenzo Sonego, and that was exactly the case, and that's why he won the match in 4 sets. But now let's come to this preview. The match against Sinner will not be easy for Ben Shelton. He's the huge underdog. They faced each other 5 times before. It is 4-1 in Sinner's favor. The first time they ever faced each other was back in 2023 at Shanghai, a match that Ben Shelton won in 3 sets, won the 3rd set in a tiebreak. That is the only time that Ben Shelton has defeated Jannik Sinner, but that was before Jannik Sinner became that beast he is today. After that, Sinner has defeated Ben Shelton in 4 consecutive matches. They faced each other once more back in that 2023 season, which Sinner won in straight sets. And by the way, speaking about straight sets, after Ben Shelton has defeated Sinner, the first ever time they faced each other in that Shanghai meeting 2023, Sinner has defeated Ben Shelton in all those 4 matches that they faced after that 2023 first meeting. He has defeated Ben Shelton in straight sets. So not only that Sinner has defeated Ben Shelton in 4 consecutive matches, he has done it in straight sets. So Ben Shelton has not taken a set from Jannik Sinner in 4 straight matches. And they have faced each other once in Grand Slam matches, which was in Wimbledon last year. A match that I believe they faced each other in the 4th round, if I'm not mistaken. A match that Sinner won in straight sets, obviously. So my point is that Ben Shelton has not easy time against Sinner. And can we blame him? Not many players who has easy time against him. The only player that seems to give Sinner a lot of troubles is Carlos Alcaraz, who defeated Sinner 3 times last year. So Sinner is the huge favorite here. Long story short, for Ben Shelton, who is a huge underdog here, for Ben Shelton to have a chance here, he needs to do his match of his life. And for him to do his match of his life, he needs to serve really big. The only thing maybe that Ben Shelton has a little better than Sinner, not much, is the serve. I can see Ben Shelton's serve being slightly little better than Sinner's. Slightly. Not much, but slightly. So he needs to stop. He needs to try to hold his serve and to protect his serve as much as possible, and then go big on the return games and just try to break Sinner's serve in going and risking and taking the ball early on the return game. Because in all the other parts of the game, forehand, backhand, returns, net game, maybe net game, Ben Shelton also is slightly better than Sinner. Maybe. But all the other game, forehand, backhand, consistency, shot tolerance, you name it, baby. Sinner is better than Ben Shelton in everything. So Ben Shelton's chance to defeat Sinner is to have an unbelievable serving performance. For him to do an unbelievable serving performance in that semi-final match. And that is his biggest key in the match, to have a chance. And another thing for Ben Shelton that he can hope is that he needs to pray to God that Sinner has a very, very bad day on the office. Because if Sinner plays his regular tennis, Ben Shelton will lose this semi-final match in straight sets. And for Sinner to win the match, what is Sinner's keys? I will not go into too much details. I will just say that for Sinner to win the match is him just to be Sinner. He doesn't need to do any special thing here. He leads over the guy 4-1 in the head-to-head. The guy has not taken a set from Sinner in the last 4 meetings that they've played against each other. So Sinner, for him to win the match, he just needs to be Sinner, and that will be enough. And I think it is exactly what will happen. Sinner will only be Sinner in that semi-final match against Ben Shelton, and he will win this semi-final in straight sets. I don't see Ben Shelton taking one single set here. And if he takes one single set, he will do that with a big serving. But him defeating Sinner, him upsetting Sinner, him knocking out Sinner and taking 3 sets from Sinner, it will never happen. If that happens, it will happen in only 2 ways. Sinner getting injured or Sinner having a disaster day in the office. And I don't see that neither of those two things happening. So Sinner is the man to beat here at Australian Open 2025. Sinner is the man to beat in all the Grand Slam hard court events going forward in the future for some time. For how long time, I don't know, but for some time, Sinner is the man to beat in all the hard court Grand Slams going forward. He is the man to beat. That is the reason why I had him as my #1 pick before this event started, and I absolutely will not change my mind. But if someone can defeat Jannik Sinner, it is Djokovic or Zverev, because they have defeated him in the past several times. But a player like Ben Shelton will not stand a chance. So Sinner will be extremely difficult to stop, but if someone can do it, it can be Djokovic or Zverev. Those two guys, one of them have a chance. But I'm not saying that they will do it, but they at least have a chance. But Ben Shelton doesn't stand a chance, and that's why Ben Shelton will lose this match in straight sets, and Sinner will go to that Australian Open final 2025. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, peace.